Well, yet another episode of Ahsoka has just come out. And this one, I think, really was a bit slower. We did get a very nice space battle partway through. And we're also getting to understand the ultimate goal here. Plus the fact it's, according to some, it's broken Star Wars canon. I don't think it has, because the Yuuzhan family were driving hyperspace in Legends, so extragalactically, so it's possible not possible in canon as well. And it seems for a fact what they're planning to do is basically have a giant hyperspace ring. So all we need now is just the ship that's going to go in that ring. Which does seem, in fact, I initially thought it was a gate, but I think it's actually a ring. All we need now is the ship that's going to go in it. And then Morgan Elizabeth is on her way. But besides that, it was also quite, I think, just good in general, the fact that, yes, this Ahsoka flying around in space with using her lightsabers to deflect laser blasts from a fighter was quite good. As was the fact that, well, things seem to be going quite good. Also the fact we're getting a very interesting look in how the New Republic actually works, including there's a distinct gulf between the veterans of the Rebel campaign, namely some with General Syndulla, and quite possibly with some of the senators. Mon Mothma, I think, kind of gets it, but she's stonewalled by other senators, which makes me think, why the fact are these senators on the Defense Committee? I think it's just showing the fact that the New Republic was just too full of itself to do anything real, of anything of real value. And at the same time, it was nice to see Mon Mothma in her role as well, the New Republic Chancellor, which still seemed to make a lot of sense. But what I also find interesting, especially when it comes to studying the next episode, or this episode in particular, is the fact that basically it's just going to be Hera, Ahsoka, and Sabine going into the unknown, trying to figure out what Thrawn is doing, and why the fact they're travelling all that way to find Thrawn, given the fact that possibly Ezra Bridger and Thrawn are believed by many to be dead, when in reality we don't really know where they ended up. The presuming dead, I think, was just done with the fact that they don't know where they ended up. There's a chance of the fact they're quite possibly very much alive, and that seems to be what the trailer has said. But also, we're getting a lot of interesting details in regards to the Night Sisters, like why the fact they have this technology and this site is sacred. But also, I think the fact that what's so important about the hyperspace lanes and how long it's going to take, and is the Ghost going to be outfitted for that? That is going to be pretty good. At the same time, it's nice to see the New Republic before it just went boom. As that was something I always found quite interesting. Was how did this New Republic work? Why did it fall apart so quickly? Given what happened with the First Order. And why, for a fact, was it so unprepared when the First Order came knocking all those years ago? That, now we're starting to see. It's the fact that you've got Imperial remnants running around causing havoc in the government, plus their loyalty. They're not taking over loyalty, but they've pulled the wool over everyone's eyes. Also, at the same time, you've got Imperial research. At the same time, you've got New Republic senators that might be including a few that might be ex-Imperial officials who've managed to swing their way in order to getting elected. Which probably makes a lot of sense, that people will go with the candidate they know rather than the candidate they don't. Which doesn't seem how, but that's the way things work. They might have done a good enough job. Or maybe it's the fact the devil you know. But beyond that, this episode, I think, was a bit slower, but on the whole, very good. It's all starting to come together, and it's coming together in an entertaining way. I can't wait to see what's going to happen next in episode 4, and whether or not the fact that we're going in, at what point we're actually going into the new galaxy to see what Thrawn's been up to. This is probably going to be one of the best, has been one of the best yet. And Ahsoka is shaping up to be very, very good in terms of both its story and, oddly enough, the potential of the characters that it's unlocking. And I think also it's going to be one of those shows that's going to sit around and might even be a little bit of a hidden gem. But that's just me. I really am enjoying it so far, and I hope for a fact we get more of this as time goes by. Thanks for watching. I've been the News of the channel. Just please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll catch you in the next one. Cheerio!